Hello viewers and welcome to Spacecom. I'm your host Chu, and welcome to a new Let's Try video. And today we're taking a look at it's a fairly minimalistic strategy game. It's titled Spacecom Tactical Space Command. It's a fairly slow-paced title, focusing on thinking rather than the fast clicking we see more often in strategy games nowadays. And it's overall a game focused about making these decisions here and there. So first and foremost, this is a multiplayer focused title. So with that said, I've brought a friend along with us for today. So because we're playing a multiplayer match, say hello folks to Cokeline. And of course, that is symbolic there. So just before we begin the game, talking a little bit about the price and the amount of content that you're getting here. This is I believe, a full Steam release. It'll be, of course, under the strategy game category, and it goes for $15 US. Checking out the content briefly, the game comes with a 13 mission, bit of a primer campaign, if you will, for the game there. In addition, it also has, it has up to 6-player multiplayer there, so you also have the ability to play with a couple of AI settings there. Checking out the map selection, we'll get into the in-depth parts about this, but there's right around 8 maps there, focusing on small to large engagements of we're working through a wide number of player counts as well. So anyhow, Cokeline, I'm just going to start up a multiplayer game, and we'll really just take it from there, shall we? So it'll be the same name as last time. Inside the game, you can it has a lobby system and all, and in addition, it has this it has a system very similar to, say, Dota 2, where you can join by keying in a room name or alternatively a password, as Dota 2 works. So checking out the maps more in depth was today we're doing a 2-player game, and with that said, there's a few different maps that relate to us. So there's right around 5 of these 2-player maps here. There's a couple large, and as you can see, the expected playing time for these are quite large. They're spanning 60 minutes up here inside some of the larger maps, and you also have a few medium choices as well. But today we're playing a smaller match. We're playing on the Tempest one here, and this will be a bit of a blitz type of 1v1 match. So I think I'll key this in, and I think we'll just start up the game, talk a little bit about the mechanics, as they are easier to demonstrate than to explain, and we'll just go forwards from there. So there we go, we have started the game. The game starts in 1, and would you look at that, we are up and rolling. So we are playing as the blue faction right here, and my opponent, or rather Cokeline, is of course playing as the green faction here, and it looks like this is largely a symmetric map. So how the game works is that the actual actions you commence inside this game are they're fairly small. So for example, we have a fleet here of the fleets, first and foremost, are represented by these little triangle things, and they're more or less just solely composed of 3 parts. You have battle fleets to go up against other fleets, siege fleets to take down, say, enemy planets, and amongst other things, and invasion fleets to do something fairly similar, and they make up just various different parts of this triangle icon here. So going from there, what the game really wants us to focus about is that ultimately each and every faction has a capital represented by the star next to the name of these systems, and in addition to that, every single system here has some sort of speciality which may come into handy. So for example, our planet in the very back here has this little cog symbol, meaning that it is a shipyard planet, meaning that it can build these fleets. I believe all factions can build the stuff inside the middle here. Some of the other factions will be, say, for example, resource planets like these, and I believe there are also some other planets of different types that are available. It looks like the only other one available inside this small multiplayer map is the repair depot, which is something like this. So anyhow, now that we have the basics of the game gotten rid of, let's speed this up, and let's really just get this game running. So would you like to start making some moves now, Cokeline? All right. Right, so the basic gist of the game is that with your actions and all present inside the game, you really want to just think through what options are available to you, and of course how you want to follow up through these different choices. So first and foremost, I want to build a few more ships in the meantime. So I'm going to queue up some battle fleets, a few invasion fleets, and lastly a single siege fleet at our shipyard to build. How you build things inside this game is that these resource planets will, or systems rather, will gradually send these little resource blips down to these areas and they'll start building. And with that said, one of the first things that we want to do, and I know that our ally, or rather our opponent here, has a bit of a lead on that, is, well, first and foremost, we want to grab one of these resource planets for ourselves. So we're going to blitz over here to Yao Chai, and we'll just cap that off and we'll see what we can do about taking that over. Checking out a few more of the options inside the game, and this a lot of the things inside the game really just work off of this concept in the sense that they're fairly simplistic, but they offer a lot of other things to us. So, for example, we can build a wide variety of station or structures at the places that we own. So for example, we can build a battle station here, some sort of a shield for the planet, and some more of defenses, aka ground troops. For now, what we want to do here is go into Yao Chai. It looks like there's a few neutral defenders, so we're going to attack the planet with some of the forces that we have present inside our task force fleet here. So what's this going to do is that it's going to take all of the invasion fleets, if you will. It's going to convert them into these little ground troop people, and what effectively happens inside the battles inside the game is that it gets resolved to these I'd say battle markers. As some of you guys may have noticed at the top corner of our screen here, we have the different time settings for our different actions, and over the period of a few rounds, our guys are going to brawl it out, and well, after some time, that's going to of course determine a result for us or someone else there. So while that happens, it looks like Cokeline over here is deciding to make a bit of an attack onto our fleet here. Hopefully our invasion fleet here will pull out of the planet before that, and what that'll do is that'll bump our fleet back to 7 units. Invasion fleets here and siege fleets contribute a little bit to the combat power of, say, a fleet, or rather the armada in general, or the forces inside this battle. Though the game works off of this rock paper scissors type of setup, or not exactly like that, something semi-similar in the sense that your battle fleets will do the ship-to-ship fighting. All of the other stuff is, I wouldn't say necessarily terribly vulnerable, but more so than, say, perhaps some of the other alternatives. The siege fleets, one of the big things that they can do is they can actually blow up one of the planets, and for example, well, obviously siege the defenses of opposing occupied planets as well. So there's also that, and it just works all over the system of different things offering different levels of utility there. So now we've captured another resource producing area here, and what this will do is that, as you can see, more resources are being funneled in, and we have gained a slight production advantage over our enemies here. So now we can produce ships slightly faster, and would you look at that, the first of one of these new battle fleets already. So we'll send this back, or rather send it to the front. Underneath, of course, these little icons, you see that a countdown where, an ETA shows up, and an icon here will be fairly representative of what different types of fleets we have inside this stack, if you will. Right, so our enemy is going to move around here. They're going to do some things, and for the most part, we have some intel about what they're doing. Looks like they're either dropping something else or something is happening there. It looks like they got unlucky with the random dice rolls here, and their defense or invasion force didn't seem to be able to invade that area there. So, training off of that, we're going to build up our forces here, and we're going to see what we can do in just a second. So, checking out our stack of units here, we're going to have 4 of these battle fleets soon. We still have 2 of those siege fleets, and if I were to be especially mean, I could use our siege fleets to blow up that planet there, possibly denying them the ability to, of course, grab those resources. Right, so I see their fleet is coming by to our location. I'm going to try to intercept them here. They have 2 battle fleets, we have 4, and we also have 2 of those siege fleets. So this battle might start here. Oh, looks like they're going to engage our forces. We're going to intercept them, or we're going to interdict them, I think is the proper term. Anyhow, we're going to join the battle here for this sector, and well, our opponents also have the chance to retreat here using this button. Though, it looks like they're... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, they are retreating, though they're taking some damage while they are fleeing about here. So their fleet leaves, and our fleet returns. So, yeah, it's a fairly slow-paced game. We can speed up the game if we so choose to, but for now I think it's fine. And overall, we are just building more and more ships here. Looking in the left corner of the screen here, as you can see, there is a bit of a population cap to the amount of fleets and the amount of structures that you can have here. This just simply works off of the fact that different types of fleets have a different population, if you will, as compared to to a lot of very similar ideas inside games there. And in addition, it means more or less just the more system that you have, the more ships that you can field there, or rather, the more fleets you can field. All right. So let's see. What do we know about their fleet, and what can we do about it? So they're getting a few ships. They're going to go for round number 2 on this plan right here. It's not too much we can do to stop that. So what I could do right now is that I see that they have 2 invasion fleets along with their battle fleets and all that. They'll take, though their battle fleet here and their siege fleet here has taken some damage. What I think I'll do is that I'll let them go over here, and we'll let them drop off their siege forces, and afterwards what I think I'll do is that I'll see whether or not I can perhaps get in here with our fleet, keeping our guys pretty much keeping our guys intact for now, but later on we can split our fleets into smaller groups to allow them to do different things. And what I ultimately want to do here is that I want to deny my opponent, or rather I want to pursue some sort of a scorched earth doctrine. I want to burn this area that we don't necessarily have too much control in. Right, sorry guys, we're going to join the battle here. Victory is at hand, and hopefully we will win this encounter. And would you look at that, another invasion fleet finishes back at home. And, well, we've, looks like we ran out of fleet limit points for that, well, no, maybe not. No. We might, we're starting to get close to that fleet limit, though, but we still have enough from the looks of it to buy another one of those ships. Right, so getting back over here, this resource point is still more or less just, neutral. So what I can do now is that I can get my siege fleet using that destroy button to hopefully bombard this area and to smoke it out. Right, so the siege fleet is going to do that. In the meantime, checking up on their fleet again. They're bringing one of their own siege fleets and 2 of their ships over to our area. So instead of keeping even with them, let's get a few of our ships to try to intercept them, or try to counter their siege attack against us. We have 2 of those guys bombarding this planet, so we should be much faster. In addition, we arrived earlier. What you may have noticed is that some of these fleets and all that, they have these little chevron icons indicating experience, and of course the little gray bar or white bar indicating health. As you can see here, we'll also get a bonus from moving from friendly territory. But what I want to do here is that I'm going to take advantage of our experience and the fact that one of their ships are fairly damaged, and I'm going to see whether or not we can perhaps get in here and win a battle without numbers, perhaps using quality there. And over here, as you can see, we effectively destroyed this plan right here, denying those resources, and well, that'll be that there. How are we doing on the ship production front? We're still building new things, so that is good. And over here, the battle is progressing nicely. We took out we took out the wounded ship. One of our ships leveled up twice. Looks like, leveled up twice. So that's good. And would you look at that? That is another nice victory for us. Right. So, going forwards from there, let's see. What do we need here? Some of our ships have taken some damage here during the fighting. So it might be worth capturing this planet right here, the little wrench symbol planet, which will allow us to heal our ships. There is also a good pick. But seeing as how currently we have a lot of ships, what I think I'll do is that I'll issue an overarching order. And instead of, say, getting these guys to just go wherever, I'm going to direct them to the enemy capital here of Halani. And I'm going to see whether or not we can perhaps siege this location, if not break through into their rear areas to do some damage there. And overall, this is a pretty simple match of the game, though later on with multiple teams and of course larger maps, this gets into a lot of very I'd say different situations there. And would you look at that, on this planet they have a They have a kinetic shield which seems to be protecting their ships, if I'm not mistaken. So we had to whittle through the shield here before we can destroy the stuff inside. Right, so that's also one of the things that we can buy. We can also buy the battle station, which I believe just which functions as a bit of a ship, but of course being stationary and all. Perhaps it has some more combat power or something along those lines to make it more so viable there. Never bought that one. And as you can see now, we took down the shield. So our guys are breaking through, and they're doing some damage, and they are, they managed to take this area. So that is absolutely perfect, and some more reinforcements coming from our sectors are arriving. And I'm going to buy a few more invasion fleets, because I'm not really sure whether or not we should take this area or we should just destroy it. I think I'll try to destroy it, but yeah, that actually makes sense. I was under the impression that we had to capture their enemy capital for us to score a victory, but I mean, this should also work out. Ooh, what is happening here? Looks like another enemy task force has been spotted, and it looks like, yeah, they are building a few of those combat fleets in the back there. So if this was a true multiplayer match, of being fairly competitive and all that, perhaps one of the decisions that you'd make here is perhaps say, hey, the enemy capital here has 4 ground troops. It has, I believe, a lot of these towns and all. Perhaps it might be better to destroy or invade their resource plan instead. So overall, that is the first match for Spacecom here. I think we will do one thing a little bit bigger in episode 2 of this Let's Try, and I think afterwards we'll just call it a day. So I hope to see you guys there, and be sure to like and subscribe for more videos as similar to this one. Bye bye for now.